searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Short dark hair, but those eyes so bright.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back for another week of shenanigans. I've got my girl Krystina Arielle back in the co-host seat with me. How we doing?
I'm good. It's good to be here. I get to hang out.
Yes, I love the blue.
Thank you.
What color was it last time you were here? Maybe it was blue.
No, I think it was green last time I was here.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. I think it was definitely green.
Is there any color of the rainbow you haven't done?
Oh, no. I don't know. I really didn't start coloring my hair until like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I just was like, oh, I like it. It makes me feel good and I'm going to go with it.
When I met you, you told me to put your name in my phone as Tina Pink Hair. And so on Snapchat, it's still Tina Pink Hair, but I've changed it in my contacts.
And my little snap emoji still has pink hair when it sends you a message.
It does.
You were the only person that I talked to on Snapchat. I didn't even use my Snapchat, but I have Snapchat totally because you messaged me on Snapchat.
I love it. Well, today is 11/11. Is there anything you are manifesting?
I'm manifesting that this year was a building year, and next year I'll see like the fruits of the work that I put in, and I just want to like see my family thrive and be happy and work hard, and yeah, that's what I'm really excited about. I'm trying to get my life together, my fitness.
Yeah.
And so I'm manifesting.
Well, you're looking good.
Thank you. Take a Pilates, which not in like a exclusive Pilates studio kind of way. LA Fitness actually has Pilates now, and they charge $119 a month, but it also gives you access to the glute room. It's really fantastic.
Hashtag
so you
not
can
an
go.
ad.
Boom. It's not an ad. I'm just saying.
No, I love that.
But if you want to pay for my membership, it's like their like COVID bounce back thing. Like they've made like all these like really nice. Like, it's a reformer studio, and it's like it's really nice, and it's not like you can take all the classes you want in that month. So
I have made a commitment with one of the moms at summer school to start doing some Pilates with her after drop off. Every morning she goes to Pilates. I usually will go for a hike. She's like, you should join me sometime. And I was like, okay, I will. And I said that last week and I didn't put it on my calendar. And if it's not on my calendar, I will forget. So then I scheduled, which I love saying this, Fryman with Simon. And I felt so bad because I saw her that morning and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was like, next week. And then I was sick all week. And so I was like, next week. And she looks at me yesterday. She goes, I'm holding you to it. So now I'm putting it on the podcast. So I'll be at Pilates next week.
Listen, you're going to feel, I feel like I'm becoming a Pilates girl. I really am. Like, I don't know who this person is, but like, I got up early. Like, I got up early on a day I could have slept in. My kids didn't have school today.
I know. It's a holiday.
Yeah. Well, I stayed up till 4 and I went to bed at 7.
Girl. 4? I mean, I know, but yeah.
I got distracted.
Yeah.
It's the ADHD.
I get it. So you're coming to BravoCon with me this week. Mm-hmm. What are you most excited about? Panels, people, do you have your outfits sorted? What's your vibe?
I did. I curated all of my looks. Like right when you were saying you had just got done with yours, I was online like figuring out what I was going to do. And I'm just excited to be there. And then I have like a lot of friends that are in the Bravo community that live in different places that I'm going to see in one space. And just like, if you've ever seen any of like the actually skits, you know how much I love Bravo. Mm-hmm. So this is like, I've done a lot of conventions, but this one is near and dear to my heart.
This will be your first one, right?
It is.
Yay.
It's my first one. I'm super excited. Scheana was like, you can go. And I was like, if you can't see my face, it's a pulled, really excited one because it's going to be so great. And I might see Sierra Miller, which makes me really happy because she's from Georgia and she's also gorgeous. And I just want to be like.
For sure. I was just with her at the Glamour Women of the Year Awards. She looked stunning. I mean, she is just a walking supermodel, you know. She would look good in a trash bag.
But she's hilarious.
I know, I love her.
And that is my goal. I want to say what's up to Sierra.
We'll make it happen.
I'm gonna
that's an easy one.
I think I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna use blackout curtains and I'm gonna sleep.
Oh, that's different for you.
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm so excited.
I know.
I'm just excited about experiencing it. Like the rush of a convention. Like I'm used to going to conventions where it's like we're talking about comic books, we're talking about all the superheroes and TV, but this is like reality TV getting the respect that I believe it deserves.
Mhm.
Because it is such a like, it is. You know how in Mean Girls are like, it's like watching a dog walk around on its hind legs when you see a
Yeah.
teacher outside of it. And it is. And it's nice to just kind of see people as they are and not what you're shown.
Mhm.
And that's one of the great things about getting to know the people that I do know within that circle is everybody has been very genuine, and it's cool to like go in with no preconceived notions. It's like even though you know stuff, you're just like, it's still just a person with a cool job.
Yeah. And there's so many fans who have, paid thousands and thousands for these VIP tickets, but you can't pay for a backstage pass. You got to know someone. So,
Listen, Scheana Shay knows everybody, and I know Scheana Shay.
yes, I love it. Well, I'm so excited you're coming with me. It worked out so well that originally, my sister was supposed to come, and then we hadn't talked about it. And so she made other plans. And I'm like, I don't know that I could switch the name on this ticket, but I did. So it's officially in your name. And then one of Brock's friends who was supposed to come couldn't come last minute. And so my friend Mandy is flying out from New York.
Oh, you got a full pass for her?
I got a full pass for her.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, she's so excited. She's been coming with me ever since I've been on Bravo to every Watch What Happens Live, every event, anything I ever have on the East Coast, she's there with me. So to get to bring her to BravoCon, I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
What are you excited about for BravoCon?
Excited?
What are you looking forward to? What are you dreading?
I'm excited for my outfits. Thanks to Lisa Rinna, she set me up with this amazing showroom that has the dopest looks. Because anyone who knows me knows I'm not a designer dressing girly. I'm not going to go out and buy a Gucci dress, but I will rent one. And that I did. So I'm excited to just be extra, I guess, a little fancy. That's not really me normally, but I'm trying to up my game with the fashion. So I'm excited for my looks. I'm excited to see all of my friends. Maddie Reese from Southern Hospitality has a DJ set at Zook Thursday night. So that's going to kick off the weekend. I'm going to go to that. Brock, unfortunately, tore his Achilles. We're waiting for MRI results. So he will be either hobbling around or I will be pushing him around.
This was when did he break? Yesterday?
This weekend on Saturday.
Running?
No, he was helping out at Salty Horse with the coffee truck, the VW van that he
restored.
Yeah, did all of that. He was pushing it, and he thinks in his mind that he's like Thor, that he's an actual Avenger, and he can just do anything. And so there's a video of him. We'll pop it up here. And he's pushing the van by himself, and it just snaps. And he felt it. And in that moment, my sister was like, oh, just tell me what I have to do. I'll do it for you. And he's like, no, Courtney, you can't just like push this. I'm like, but Brock, you shouldn't have been pushing it by yourself. So now we're dealing with that. So he's been hobbling around. He just, I love him, but I'm like, you are 35. You're not 25. You're not Superman,
Brock
you know?
just be doing stuff.
Yeah. So him and Jason, maybe we'll just be pushing him around in wheelchairs or hobbling around on crutches.
Listen, it's a wild time. I really hope it's accessible. I think about that so much more now with my mom, like being in her wheelchair. It's just like getting into the places and like, it's a lot, man. There's a lot to wheel around and trying to like get over spaces.
He'll hobble before he lets me push him in a wheelchair. I know him.
Pride cometh before the fall, and you don't want to fall at BravoCon in front of all them people. They got cameras.
Yeah, he wouldn't care, honestly.
That tracks.
Yeah. Did you see, speaking of Bravo stuff, that Gia and her uncle Joe Gorga are now following each other again on Instagram? And I guess Joe and Louie are as well.
Oh, well, this is just from my Bravo news sources.
I'm like, wait, do you have tea that I don't know?
So they had been working on a reconciliation between Teresa and Joe. I guess they've like had a couple of different meetings.
Okay.
So I'd assume if Teresa is good with Joe, then Gia is good with Joe.
Yes.
So like her like 1000% allegiance is to her mom and how her mom is leaning. And I think that's really good to see them get back together. Like I hated to see them sitting there going at it, especially that's her godfather, that's her
I know.
uncle.
They were so close.
And it's just, I feel, especially if you look back and you go like all the way back to the christening, like we've seen them like through so many phases. And you hope at one point that everybody can just like put the sword down and just say, listen, like at the end of the day, we're family. There's been a lot of hurt on all sides. Like, let's just wash our hands and keep it moving. And I hope that's what they're doing.
I do too. I also hope that, assuming Real Housewives of New Jersey comes back, that we might see this reconciliation.
Aren't they test filming?
So from what I've heard from little birdies is, and I'm not going to say who, 3 of them are for sure coming back. But I don't know that both Teresa and Melissa are one of those 3. And that's all I'll say.
But I think that's part of like the reconciliation stuff. I think it's like, we all got to like figure something out. But I also am interested to see what's going to happen with Dolores going to Rhode Island.
Wait, she's going on that one?
She filmed for Rhode Island.
What? As like a friend of though, or as an actual housewife?
She's like a friend of. Like she's not a housewife, which I love when they do housewife trades. It makes me so excited.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when they started doing like girls trip and you got to see everybody together. That's what I want. I want you to throw everybody together and I want to see how they interact, because I hate when we pretend that these people do not know each other and everybody genuinely knows each other.
Right? That's what I love about Salt Lake right now. It's like below deck, down under with the Salt Lake Housewives. And that poor crew, every time they try and like check on them, Captain Jason comes to have dessert with them and he's like, nope, I'm going to excuse myself.
Jason was not with it at all. The way he got up from that table and was like, and Daisy's like.
Do you think him and Heather Gay hooked up? I mean, she had like a drunken admission. But then
the way
like,
she said, delete that in the confessional, I feel,
I'll get the tea.
Heather,
He's one text away.
I want to know so bad what was going through that man's head, because his face was telling 47 different stories on that.
Right?
Salt Lake is one of the greatest shows on television.
It is so good.
And it's like, they're in costumes, sitting there like mascara running all over the face, dressed like zombies. Bronwyn's got an octopus on the side of her face, and they're just like going at it. And oh my gosh, Meredith, what is it? You are a liar and a she said, oh my God, it was so good.
It was so good.
Oh my God. Oh, and a malicious person. Oh my God, I love you, Meredith Marks. Oh
no, it's so good this season. I still can't wait until I have time to go back and watch the first few seasons, because I never saw any of it. I know.
It is art. I wonder if Meredith's going to DJ at BravoCon.
She is. There's something, I think, on the schedule. I remember seeing something somewhere. I don't know, but I do think so. But don't hold me to that. Anyway, let's take a break. I'll see if I could check that on the break, and then we'll be right back. All right, y'all. Wayfair. I'm here to talk to you about it again because it is the place to shop for all things home. Everything from sofas to spatulas. I mean, you name it, they have it, and you can get up to 70% off during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. So it's the holiday season, you know? Whatever you need, Wayfair has. I personally needed some new silverware. I wanted a nice flatware set for when I host dinner parties. We do pasta night all the time, and I just wanted to elevate our kitchenware a little bit, and Wayfair is the first and only place I went to find some. Wayfair also has styles you can't find anywhere else. No generic pieces you've seen 100 times, so you can make your home way more you with Wayfair. I mean, Wayfair is my personal go-to destination for just everything home. You can also earn rewards and get the best savings in the neighborhood with Wayfair's new loyalty program. 5% back on every item across Wayfair's family of brands, free shipping, members-only sales, and more. Terms apply. They have a huge selection of home goods ranging from appliances and area rugs to beds and wall art. I have the funniest piece of wall art hanging in my studio. It's a cow reading the newspaper on a toilet, and I am obsessed, and I got it from none other than Wayfair. And Wayfair makes it easy with fast and free shipping, even on the big stuff, and they'll even help you set it up. So don't miss out on early Black Friday deals. Head to wayfair.com now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals for up to 70% off. That's WAYFAIR.com. Sale ends December 7th. All right. And if I'm not shopping for home, I'm shopping for clothes, and I am shopping on Revolve because they also have something for whatever style I'm looking for, whether it's a mom's night out, a cozy night in, if I want to wear something on a red carpet. I mean, whatever I need fashion wise, Revolve has. The website, I'm going to say, it can be a bit overwhelming when you look at it because there are so many items, but they make it really easy. You can go and select whatever brand you want to look at. You can say what colors, what size, and it narrows everything down for you, which I personally need. And it makes it so easy, but it has become my go-to style destination for everything, festivals, red carpets, mom's night out, girls' night out, all of the things. It's like the closet glow up that you need. Date night, weddings, special events, concerts. I mean, whatever you're looking for, go to revolve.com. I personally love Lovers and Friends, Super Down. Those are my go-to brands I usually start with. It's authentic, high-quality products, new arrivals daily, inclusive sizing options ranging from extra, extra small to 4X. Whether it's a weekend away, a big night out, or just a little style refresh, your dream wardrobe is just one click away. Head to revolve.com/goodasgold, shop My Edit, and take 15% off your first order with code goodasgold. Fast 2-day shipping, easy returns. It's literally the only place you need to shop from. That's revolve.com/goodasgold to shop my favorites and get 15% off your first order with code goodasgold. Offer ends November 28th, so happy shopping. Okay, I don't know about the Meredith thing. I guess we'll just have to look and find out, or
We'll just have
wait
to
and
watch
find
what
out.
happens live.
Hey, I'm excited for those. There's got to be a squash the beef moment. I saw there was something online and it was like, who do you want to see squash the beef with? And it was like Scheana with, and then it was like fill in the blank.
Oh, was it Gibson?
I don't know.
Gibson
My friend
Johnson.
told me she saw it.
Gibson had posted this thing and it was like, who do you want to see? And
Yeah.
it was like Scheana, Tamra, and Katie. And then there's like oh my gosh, listen, there's no way they're not going to bring back out that squash the beef little like casino slot machine, which I think is
But I
fantastic.
just wonder when it's going to be. Is it going to be at the Bravos or at the holiday thing?
I don't think it would be at the Bravos. I feel like last year, I feel like they did like 2. They kind of like threw in another one.
I
Or
don't
no,
even
I'm thinking
remember.
about the Shade Assassin thing. But there's I think it's going to be on something where it's like, it's got to be one of the ones where everybody is there.
Anyway, moving on from Bravo and on to my girl Kim K. So there are some new clips making the rounds of Kim Kardashian on the phone saying that 4 different psychics told her she would pass the California bar exam, which she just announced over the weekend that she didn't pass. So, I mean, first of all, the fact that she's even doing this, like, huge kudos. I mean, she has nothing left to prove to anyone. I think she is just top tier in everything. She's built a $1 billion brand. She's raising 4 kids as a single mom, filming her own reality show, starring in a scripted show that was literally built around her. She is doing so much work with prison reform and also studying for the bar exam in her so-called free time. I mean, I don't know how she does it. I don't know how she does a quarter of what she does, but somehow she does it all. So, zero shame in not passing the bar. I think it's inspiring that she's even attempting it. But I'm also wondering, because I am a big believer in psychics, did they tell her that she would pass just in general in the future? Or did they say, next time you take the bar exam, you will pass? Because I do think she's the type of woman where she's not going to give up until she reaches her highest potential and gets everything she wants in her career. She's going to keep taking that bar exam until she passes it. So I feel like the psychics probably just meant like eventually should pass, right?
Yeah. And I mean, listen, I love a psychic, but I feel like they are also like a little more vague than that. Like they're not really like direct about like on this day, like this is going to happen. I feel
I
like
have had psychics tell me like around next July, da 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 da, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like in my head because I'm like, okay, so next July, this might happen. But Kim told her friend on the phone that the psychics must be frauds, and I was like, Okay, wait a second. First of all, Kim's not calling random like hotline readers. You know, she's not like 1-800-psychic. Like, hi, am I going to pass the bar?
It's like, this is Oprah psychic.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's like probably getting recommendations, from people in her circle who swear by these intuitives. Like, I mean, she had a reading with John Edward, there's like Sylvia Brown, like these people who are huge psychics, I'm sure are the ones that she's talking to. So it's like, how would 4 psychics all get it wrong? She's going to pass.
Do you remember, was it on Maury or was it on Montel? And he used to have this psychic that came on, Sylvia Brown?
Yes.
And she'd go, no, he's at the bottom of a lake.
Yes.
He's not going to call you back. And like,
no, I remember watching this, like growing up. I mean, she found missing persons.
Yeah, but it also makes me think of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Mary when she was like, nah, I don't want to talk to the psychic. Those are soothsayers. She's like, the devil speaks to him too.
Mary is hilarious. I love Meredith, but when she's like, I think you're boring, I think you're a bad friend, I was like, oof, tell us how you really feel, girl.
Listen, filterless is great.
I know.
But I will say, like, with regard to that, anybody that picks up a book and goes back to school, especially like I can say, like, we're around the same age. Like, at my big age, like, I'm not trying to go back to anybody's school except for like something that's
right.
like a hobby, not trying to get a whole law degree.
Yeah.
So listen, do you? And I don't know. She's one of those people. She does do everything she says she wants to do. So
she does it all.
I wish her the best.
With psychics, would you rather know an outcome in advance or go through the journey not knowing?
Ooh, that's tough because I'm very nosy and I like to know stuff in advance. It's like kind of like when you go and you read ahead about what's going to happen in something. Like, I'm that person. I need to go and like look at an IMDb and like find out like what's on it. Ooh, I don't know. I had a psychic tell me, like 3 psychics in 1 year tell me that I was on the right path and to keep doing what I was doing. And that was the year that I like left my job and like started my career. And so I'm a big believer in just like hope and stepping out on faith. So
trusting the universe.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
Yeah. I don't believe there's anything that like I can't do if I put my mind to it. But I also do want to know sometimes, but I don't want to spend the money to know.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it comes down to. But I will read my horoscope and I feel like that's kind
of
in line. It's in the same vein, or getting one of those like apps on your phone that tells you like, hey, like this is your psychic outlook. But I think I'm scared to know.
I'm a big believer in psychics. And so when I was coming to the decision of, am I going to film The Valley? Am I not? I did consult not 1, but 2 psychics. And they both told me not to do it. That's not the reason why I didn't do it. But with just hearing what they had to say and seeing red flags and whatnot, and I was like, my decision, I was feeling like I was being pushed in one direction, but I needed to go in this direction. And so we'll see if the things they said are going to happen from me walking away happen. But it's 11/11. It's a big manifesting day. I'm going to do my moon rituals and stuff tonight and burn some bay leaves and light some shit on fire.
I genuinely like believe that like in people who have intuitive thoughts and things of that nature. And I've had dreams where stuff happens before and like before it does. And obviously like people that believe in deja vu, like I've experienced it. I love it. I just think it's so powerful to like hear a message from somebody else and have them say like, this was on my heart. It's kind of like when your friend is having a bad day and you instinctively like pick up the phone and call them and you have that connection. Like I believe all of those kinds of things are here and I think they're really beautiful.
Yeah. Do you believe in telepathy?
I do, because of my sister.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no way my sister exists in this world and we can communicate the way that we do without like a little Jean Grey going on.
I can't remember where I heard this recently, but it was something about nonverbal autistic children and just people in general who are able to communicate with telepathy. And like there's this whole other world of how they're able to communicate. I need to find that because it was wild. I know. I totally believe in that.
Like with your kids, like you knew how to like figure out what your kids needed to intuit. Like they found their way to connect to you like as a baby to let you know what they needed. Like you had to form that connection to know like how they survive.
Yeah. And so there were like studies done and it was like a mother and her kid. And it was exactly what the kid wanted, but it was a nonverbal child. And the mom, and they were just able to communicate like that. And they said that they can tap in just like with like different frequencies and energies and all of that, but that they can tap in and communicate with other nonverbal.
There's so many, I think even like Brittany posted about it, there's lots of things that you can
Mhm.
use to communicate. Anything that helps a child feel heard when they can't speak out for themselves, I think is extremely important. And I just like anytime something like that, like there's a breakthrough or something that could help, like
Yeah.
as a neurodivergent person myself, like it's very important to me to like know how like that people are working on it and that people care enough to
Mhm.
do something about it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now still kind of sticking on the topic of kids, but obviously we're both busy working moms, just balancing a professional life with real life parenting and all of that. Do you ever have those moments as a mom where your kid is an angel at school, perfect for the babysitter, grandma, nanny, whoever, but then falls apart the second they see you?
Oh yes, absolutely. That's
Okay,
yeah.
so this happens to me a lot. And I was reading something recently that the meltdown is not a reflection of bad parenting because sometimes it's like, and my mom makes these comments where she's like, well, she doesn't act like that with me. And then it's like, she doesn't act like that at school. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you're saying I'm the problem? But no, it's actually proof of trust. So I saw something and it really stuck with me. It said, your child's meltdown when you walk in the door isn't a sign you're doing something wrong. It's actually a sign they feel safe enough to finally let go. It's like all day they are doing just the work to be on their best behavior. They're doing 100 to do everything correct at school to just make their teachers happy, to not get in trouble, whatever it is. And then the second they see you, it's like, oh,
My
okay, I
mom's
can let
here.
it all go. And so I said this to my mom and she was like, oh, that actually makes sense. I'm like, I'm her safe space. Brock is her safe space, but more so it's me. But she does act differently with us. And so I'm like, Mom, it's not like we're doing something different or our parenting isn't the right style or whatever. It's I'm her safe space. And so I just want to put this out there to any parents who are listening who feel like they're doing something wrong. You're not doing something wrong. You're doing everything right, that you're your child's safe space. And when I saw this recently, it just made me feel so much better. And also, anytime I can just prove to my mom that I'm right and she's not, I love because my mom did an amazing job raising me. And we go back and forth with this where I say something about therapy and she's like, oh, yeah, you just had such a horrible childhood, Scheana. And I'm like, no, Mom, I've never said I had a horrible childhood. Okay. That is being extreme. I had an amazing childhood, but there are things that I've now learned. There are tools that we are given now where we can parent differently and give our kids those tools. And so there's nothing that you did wrong. And there's nothing that I'm currently doing wrong. It's not that your way is better than mine. It's just now we understand our kids a little bit better. And I saw this child psychologist, Dr. Suzanne Zedek, studied emotional regulation in young children across different caregiver contexts. Kids who fell apart with their primary caregiver show stronger attachment security, not weaker. The meltdown is proof of trust, not evidence of poor parenting. So there was also a neuroscientist, Dr. Bruce Perry, who calls this restraint collapse. It's like your child's nervous system has been in a low level stress state all day, managing social rules, suppressing impulses, regulating emotions, all of the things at school or, wherever they are. And when you get them back, it's just like they are able to release it all. They're able to have that fit, act crazy, scream at you. Yeah, but it's like I would have breakdowns where I'm just like, I feel like I'm doing everything wrong. I remember specifically a time when Janet and Jared were over and she was giving me the hardest time. And I just went outside and was just like sobbing. And I'm like, I'm such a bad mom. And they're like, no. And I didn't know. I thought I was doing something wrong. And then once I saw this, I was like, oh my God, I'm just her safe space.
Mhm.
So I felt like this was important to talk about, especially with you, a fellow mom, because I think that so many people can relate to this and it's easy to blame yourself, but it's like, no, we're just who they feel most comfortable around, that they can act insane and it's okay because you're there to comfort them.
Before I answer this, give me your hand. Okay. So I feel very passionately about this. I like those are my kids. People are, oh, they're so well behaved, which a lot of that comes down to like I'm from the South, and so much of what you learn, part of it, especially being a Black woman, is about staying safe through respect and things of that nature. And so I find myself like reminding myself that they're kids and like they don't have to be perfect with me, like that they have that space. Because listen, my daughter will, before I left today, she's like, I don't want you to go to work. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, like I have to, but I love you. And she throws herself on the floor. And that's the moment, like I can't get upset with her. She's 3. She doesn't have the emotional capacity to process this feeling, except for like my mom's leaving. I'm sad about it. And all I can do is, hey, like sit there, give her a hug and hold her. But the fact that she can communicate with me, that Ezekiel can communicate with me and tell me about their feelings, I'm glad to be their safe space. My big thing that I say to myself all the time is I don't want to be my kid's trauma. Like that is my
Yeah.
greatest fear, is like,
Same. I think that's every parent's biggest fear
I
with
think it's being like, especially considering like the nature of what we do for a living. And people will say, oh, like you're gone all the time. It's like, no, what you're seeing, like I am home. I am in class. Like I do not remember my mom being like as necessary at school as I feel like with when you have like parent teacher conferences, but you also have like different assemblies and things like that throughout the month while also trying to like be present. I think I've missed one event at school. And I just like, I want them to know that they're loved, and I want to show up for them in every single solitary thing. And to go to school and be in that space where you do have to like be on your guard. This is always first year of school, like going to preschool and going from being like absolutely feral in the house, like we're gonna jump on the table, and like my house is not like pristine. My house is pillows and a couch that is for jumping, and I love it. And I love when they're okay, not when it's 7 o'clock in the morning and somebody is like jumping because they want to climb on my headboard and I'm very, very tired. Like that doesn't count. But that's neither here nor there. But I love that our children trust us. I love that we're of a generation where we're seeing our children as people and giving them the space to have their emotions. We're allowing them to have big feelings. We're identifying those big feelings. And so much of what they learn about it is from us. If we're reacting to them in like, and I have to check myself about like putting my anxiety on my kids, especially like when we're out. And for me, like sometimes it's hard because like my kid may be bigger or this, and like my kid is full of energy, and I don't want somebody like thinking that he's like rough or he's like being too much or anything like that. And then I don't want to ever feel like I'm making him feel like too much. And I have to check myself on that because I don't want him to like feel that. I just want them to always feel like they can be exactly who they are.
And you have great kids. You are doing such an amazing job. Your kids are so well mannered. They're so kind. They're so sweet. Like you have really, really great kids. And I love that we can have our kids grow up together and that their kids, I want mine to be around. You know, I would never have to worry if they're in a room playing together that one of them's gonna say something out of pocket or hit Summer or any. It's like they get along so well. And I love when my friends' kids and mine just click. And that goes down to parenting, you know? So if no one's told you that today, you're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job. Oh, it makes me think about that Bluey episode. There's an episode of Bluey and it's like, baby race.
Yes, that one. I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's like this mom and like Bluey's mom is like, oh my God, my baby sat up and so excited about it. And then
the competition of it.
And then this mom's baby is standing up and she gets so intimidated by it that she stops going to this daycare, like to this mommy group, because she just feels so intimidated. And there's another mom that comes over and it's like, oh, why didn't you come? And she's like, oh, like maybe it wasn't for me. I just felt that. And she just puts her hand on her and she says, you're doing a great job. And I just remember watching that episode postpartum, bawling my eyes out, like with a sleeping baby
with
on
the life
me.
lessons.
Listen, that show, I feel like I'm a better parent because of Bluey.
I love it. It's so good.
It is. And it's like listen, I love me some summer moon. And my kids love some summer moon. And it's just great that they, like, you see that in them. Like, Summer is extremely sweet. She's so kind. Like, she's so sweet with Zoe. And Zoe is smaller, but Zoe thinks that she is also 4 and 5 years old, like they are. And it's like, no, like, but you can't tell her nothing. And I love that. I love that my child is like, I don't want her to argue with me, but I love that she feels safe enough to like say her feelings. I went to a parent teacher conference and her teacher told me, she said, she stands up for herself a lot. Like I was like, that's fantastic.
Too. Yeah.
I was like, I want to hear that. I want to hear that my child has a backbone. I don't want to hear my child's being disrespectful, but I want to hear that my child knows that she can advocate for herself at 3 years old so that she carries that through the rest of her life. I want all of my children to be able to advocate for themselves. And we're creating that world. We are so responsible for the world that they live in and that they're creating and that they're going to take out. We're sending people out into the world. And it's up to us to make sure that those are good people, kind people, empathetic people, because the world needs more.
Yeah. And not raising pushovers.
Yes.
Yeah. Stand up for yourself. I love Summer does that too. And I think since she's been in school, she's gotten better with that. I think jujitsu has given her the confidence that now she's just like, you know, this is what I want. And she doesn't let her little friends walk all over her. If they're like, this is mine, I love to see it.
She's also super independent. Like, she's the way that you guys like let her do stuff. Like, just kind of like,
just
you don't just
times,
say, here, I'm going to do this for you. Like, you teach her to do it for herself. And that's really like cool to see. And that, like, watching her with Brock, like, build something. They're literally like, she's got her Timberlands and her like work vest and all of this stuff, her little tool belt. And it's just like, it's cute. And like, that's how Tone is with the kids, where we're going in the backyard and we did a fire last night. And Zoe like wanted to chop because they were chopping wood, and she's like, I want to turn. And so she got to chop, and so we're like holding her, like making sure that she's safe and everything. But once she got that thing through the wood, she was so proud of herself. And it's like that confidence comes from like letting them do stuff. And I had to learn that.
And it's scary at times, but you have to let them. Okay, we're going to take one more break and then we'll be right back. And now I'm back to talk to you about Squarespace, because this podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. I have used this personally for my website, for selling merch, for whatever you need. If you're starting a new business, if you're growing a brand that you already have, Squarespace makes it so easy. So they have design intelligence from Squarespace, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. We know that the world is all moving into an AI place, so why not just jump on board? Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to their unique needs and craft a bespoke digital identity to use across one's entire online presence. Also, what we've used is Squarespace Payments, and this is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place with Squarespace. Onboarding is fast and simple. You get started in just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away. Plus, you give your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH Direct Deposit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay, all the pays. So if you're looking to connect major social and multimedia accounts to your website in just a few clicks, Squarespace is for you. You can use icons, direct links, or embedded feeds. Build visitor trust while updating content only where you need it and extending your brand's footprints. So if you're ready to get started, check out squarespace.com/goodasgold for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use goodasgold to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Okay, still sticking on the topic of meltdowns. I mean, we know that that's actually a sign of security and not failure. I feel like I can know all of the psychology in the world, but I'm still going to feel my blood pressure spike whenever she is having a meltdown, because I still, no matter what, feel like I'm doing something wrong and I need to fix it like immediately. But there are some tips and tricks that I read about, and it's such a relief to realize that those meltdowns do mean that you're the safe space, you know, but it still doesn't make them easy. I still just feel it in my nervous system, you know? So I wanted to go through a few tools and mindsets that can really help in those moments for you guys. And these are things that you can say or do to turn your chaos into connection. The first one is name it to tame it. It's like you worked hard all day and now your feelings are catching up. Naming emotions engages a child's prefrontal cortex and helps them regulate their nervous system. The next one is don't fix, just contain. You don't have to stop the emotion. You just have to be the container for it. Sitting beside a crying child calmly actually teaches regulation through co-regulation. And avoid using phrases like calm down or you're fine, which I have to tell myself because I'm always like, it's okay, you're okay. But instead, if you use calm presence, soft tone, and proximity instead, rituals of safety, have a transition ritual after school or daycare, snack, cuddle, decompress, play soft music or do a no-talk car ride for 5 minutes. For toddlers, maybe a cozy corner or a hug break. I know Summer sometimes when she's having a meltdown, I hug her. I'm like, it's okay. I give her a hug and then eventually she calms down. Another one is regulate yourself first. If I'm escalating, they're escalating. And your reaction, perfect example, Krystina, your reaction when Zoe, I'll have your back on this one. But when Zoe fell down when we were at the Travel Town Train Museum and her shoe did fall off. Her shoe, the way it fell off, homegirl looked like her leg was twisted and broken.
I was screaming. And I like my chest, all I heard was hers, the kids were running around playing and I just heard her screaming. And I get over there and I look down and it looks like her shoe is turned so her leg looks broken.
It did.
And Tony and Brock are laughing.
They're just because they knew she was fine and it was her shoe.
And me and Scheana are like,
But the reaction of when you go and you scream, you're like, ah! And then they're like, oh, what happened? What happened? She was fine. She just slipped. Her leg was not broken. She was not injured. She was fine. But then when we have a crazy reaction, which what I also realize is I have a bigger reaction when Brock is around. When I'm by myself and she gets hurt, I'm calm as fuck. I don't know how. But when he's there, I'm like, oh my God, because then he'll call me and it's everything's fine. But that's the big thing is you got to regulate yourself first. So we have to work on that,
Yes, in practice.
But it's sometimes I feel like I have to narrate my own regulation where it's mommy needs to take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be okay.
She's a child.
It'll help both of us. But the last one is shift the goal. So instead of stopping the behavior, aim for restoring connection. When kids feel safe again, the behavior resolves naturally. So it's kind of freeing once you realize your job isn't to stop the meltdown. It's to be calm after the storm. To not scream when you think the leg is broken. But because what is that reaction going to do other than terrify your child? If you stay calm, it's going to help them. And easier said than done because I've had both reactions. But when Summer actually broke her arm, I was calm as fuck. I don't know how, but I just was like, if I scream, it's going to scare her more. So I just need to stay calm. But girl, I felt for you in that instance because when I saw the leg, I was like,
and they weren't laughing at the child being possibly hurt. They were laughing
at your reaction.
Screaming.
Yes.
It's just because I was brought out of a conversation and I know that I can work on that and I have to regulate myself before I can regulate and also get down on their level is really helpful.
So next time your kid loses it over whatever it may be, it could be the wrong color straw in their cup, which Summer has had meltdowns. I wanted the pink one. And I'm like, well, you're getting red. The pink is in the dishwasher and the dishwasher is running. Deal with it, but just take a deep breath and just say, this is emotional intelligence in progress. Or just maybe, pour yourself a glass of mezcaloom after bedtime. Whatever works. Smoke a joint, whatever you need to do. But
Shirley Temple.
Anyway, moving on to a couple other fun topics. Do we want to go with Barbies and Hot Wheels or divorce because of penis size?
I would like to know what's going on and why this divorce, I want to know what is the too large or too okay.
Haley Kalil, former Sports Illustrated model, recently revealed that her marriage to NFL player Matt Kalil ended not because of emotional distance or infidelity, but because quite literally their physical compatibility was impossible. She said he was so well endowed that sex became painful, and despite trying everything, it just couldn't work. Okay, I mean, I've heard of irreconcilable differences, right? Isn't that what every celebrity marriage that doesn't work out? I mean, honestly, I think that's what we filed for in my divorce. Been there, done that. But this is next level. It's like my husband's dick is too big.
Erectile
hurts.
differences.
Oh my God, don't make me laugh. It makes me cough. But Haley just said that the reason she divorced her husband because he was too big. Like 2 or 3 Coke cans put together big. I mean, ow. Also, been there, done that. Wouldn't marry it. Just, I mean, you know how big it is before you marry him. But like,
unless you don't test drive the car.
I guess. But in this instance, you know, maybe bigger isn't always better. I don't know.
I'm of one mind about this as I try to process my thoughts. It comes back to one thing. There's a song on TikTok and it's like, I would like to know less about you. And like, sometimes I'd feel like, sometimes, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we say, you know what, that's why irreconcilable differences exist.
Yeah, I mean, sexual compatibility isn't just about attraction. It's about physical comfort, emotional connection, mutual satisfaction, you know, all of the things. In Haley's case, it's literal physical mismatch, but it opens the door to a broader.
I wonder how long they were married.
I don't know how long they were married, but it does open the door to a broader conversation. Like, what does compatibility really mean in relationships? Because I feel like people think sexual chemistry is automatic if you're attracted to someone, but that's not always true. I feel like there's technique, comfort levels, communication, and yeah, sometimes biology just has other plans. It's like trying to plug an HDMI into a USB port. You know, some things just don't connect. Some things just don't fit. I mean, that certainly wasn't fitting in another hole, you know? But, oh, you know what? I did forget to say this because she also did mention that she was a virgin before marriage. So that is another layer, which she had no frame of reference. But that's also where it's like, okay, do you think waiting until marriage can sometimes make it harder to know if you're sexually compatible?
Well, 100%.
You know?
Because especially if you're not like, there's people who don't even kiss until they get to the altar and things like
Wild.
that. And I think that that's one of those things that does lead to like the downfall of a marriage. If you're not like, somebody has a drive that's more so than the other. That's why I believe in living with each other before marriage, because I feel like you don't know somebody until you live with them for an extended period of time and you see their habits. It's like traveling with somebody. And there's people who cannot hook up unless you're mentally attracted to someone. So let alone like being in a situation where this is her first situation and that's what she's going into. And I feel like we're kind of setting people up for failure when we don't prepare women to go into this life, or our kids, periods, like that these are important things that you need to know. And instead of being like deeply involved in like stay pure and putting all of this weight on this like moral complex about it, like we should be talking about these things. Like, what are you going to do?
Well, kind of piggybacking on that, and this will likely be a controversial thing to say, but here I go. I feel like there is so much romanticizing around a woman being pure, you know, before marriage and all of that. But honestly, it's like, I think you can learn a lot about yourself and your needs as a woman through experience. And I mean, I can speak about this from personal experience because like I never had orgasms before Brock. I never masturbated or had a vibrator before Brock. I never had any of those things. And it's just like, I felt like I wasn't really in touch with my sexuality. I had a lot of sex, but I never came to completion, you know?
Because you're taught so much about pleasuring someone else that you don't necessarily take the time to learn about pleasuring yourself, and that it's important to know your own body and what you enjoy. So it's great when somebody can call that out and say, this is not for me.
Yeah. And like physical pleasure has way more to do with communication and trust and rhythm than size. I don't think bigger is always better. I've had bigger. Wasn't better.
it all comes down to it's not the motion of the ocean. But those things really, it is important to make sure that you're compatible because this is the person that you're presumably going to be with for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to either get used to each other or not.
Yeah.
But somebody's going to be miserable. And would you rather stay in a situation where she could stay in literal pain?
Yeah.
Or just say like, hey, like, let's chop it up. This is just not going to work.
No, and that's like heartbreaking for couples who actually love each other because as wild as their story may sound, it is a real reminder that compatibility comes in all forms. You can love someone to death and it still not be a fit, and that's okay. It's like, would you rather date someone you have instant sexual chemistry with but no emotional depth, or someone emotionally perfect but where physically like there's never quite that spark that clicks? And yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, and sometimes it's too big.
Listen, I'm chilling.
Anyway, to wrap it up, Jack's hole of the day, I'm just going to give it to all of the people poking fun at Kim K for not passing the California bar exam because my girl does it all, and we need to keep that respect on her name. So thank you guys all for listening. Thank you, Krystina, for joining me on the podcast and at BravoCon this week. Hey. I can't wait. I hope next week's shenanigans are going to be BravoCon filled. And if you haven't gotten a copy of the New York Times bestselling book, My Good Side, head to mygoodsidebook.com. And yeah, off to Vegas we go.
Yay!